Hey there, this is Fufski coming to you from New York. The restaurant we're going today is called Casa Mono. It is a Michelin one-star Spanish tapas place. So now we are seated inside Casa Mono. Continue our conversation. Casa Mono is a Michelin one-star restaurant. It serves Spanish tapas, and it has received Michelin star for consecutive 8-9 years. It has been in the Michelin week for a really long time. Actually, I have been to this restaurant 3 times, 2 of which were during restaurant week. But I didn't make a video about it. Why? Well, because there was nothing to talk about. During the restaurant week, the food was so-so. It's not something I would expect from a Michelin restaurant, so I didn't bother to make a video about it. But I have been there once during not restaurant week, so I ordered something else from the menu, and those are good. So I was thinking maybe I should give this restaurant a chance to sample some more of their tapas to get a better view of this restaurant, because some of those things does look pretty good. But their restaurant week menu is just too limited. If you come over during the restaurant week, you probably are going to be a bit disappointed. So that being said, today we're here for the full menu, for the full experience. We sample 6 tapas from here, none of which I had before. They look pretty good, so I am looking forward to it. And also, as you notice, the space is extremely cramped, as a lot of restaurant in Europe is. So yeah, that's it. Without further ado, let's get into the dishes. We're just waiting for our tapas now. Well, first thing you do see there's bread and olive. You know what, I'm still gonna try this bread a little bit just for the sake of completing the process. If I say that means it's okay. If I say that means it's really good. So I don't know which one it's gonna be. On this bread, it's gonna be a because it's kind of hard to pull apart. Some olive here. Let me dip it in. It's almost like an Italian way of eating it with olive oil. Well, that's how, the bread. Whoa. Actually, it's really good olive oil. I'll give it that. So here are our first tapas, creamy egg with sea urchin. This is one of the signature of this restaurant. I haven't tried this one before, but it looks really good. I always want to try for a while, and today I got the chance to. Look at that, creamy sea urchin and eggs. It does look very creamy, almost like a scrambled egg consistency, and a sea urchin on top. These were walnuts, possibly. Yes, it's very good. The sea urchin is creamy by itself, but they make this egg into a super creamy version of the scrambling egg. A touch of olive oil provide that very nice aroma, and also there are some of these walnut crumbles give it textural contrast. Our second tapas, razor clam a la plancha, grilled. Very simple description. As you can see, that's 4 pieces of, maybe more than 4. A few pieces of beautiful razor clam here with garlic on top. Okay, it's already separated. I'm just gonna have this one first. Look at that. It's a bit chewy, but not in a bad way. It's more coming from the muscularity of the flesh itself. It has a nice garlicky flavor inside, some grilled scent. Oh, this is a entire piece, right? Let me get the entire thing out. Yeah, it looks kind of like a penis. I don't know if this looks like Little John. You tell me. Actually, the chewiness or the rubberiness from the flesh, from the muscularity, is where the fun is at. It's quite pleasant chewiness. A bit of olive oil, a bit of this, I won't say char, but you can taste that grill flavor. It's a nice one. Our next tapas, we have lamb lengua, so lamb tongue, with couscous and ram, pistachio on top. I was told that now it is the ram season. The ram season is only here for a month, so it's pretty much the ram at its prime. The lamb lengua is barbecue grill, so try this one. Ooh, it's so soft. Like my fork basically poked in with no resistance at all. That's kind of cool. That's a beautiful piece right here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it is so good. Wow. Outside slightly crispy with the char. Inside it's so soft that's almost creamy. It is so tender and it has a nice sweetness from it. I think this is probably the best piece of tongue I have ever had. Well, that's a pretty high statement from me. Like, wow, that is very good. Very good tongue. Let's do a piece of the ram here in season. Look at that beautiful grain here. Very nice flavor. Tasty between scallion and leek. Couscous. This is the bigger version, probably frigola sarda, possibly. It has a slightly bouncy texture, slightly slippery, coated with some kind of oil, bouncy. It's quite nice, and it has a scent of acid, maybe lemon juice, and a bit of the ramp aroma area as well. So that's actually good. Some pistachio to provide some crunch here, but I really love this lantern here. Allow me to just take another piece. Char flavor is so nice. That sweetness, that creaminess from the inside, the contrast. Next up, we have a very exciting one. This is sweetbread, but it's not a bread that's sweet. It is actually the thymus of cow. It is part of the lymphatic system, so you can think of it as a lymphatic gland of the cow. But they call it sweetbread because once it's cooked, it has that creamy texture like a sweetbread. I actually don't know because I never had it before. But I know this is a traditional French recipe that requires quite some technique to process. And they have this in the Spanish tapas place as well, which I'm quite excited about. So let's try this one. Sweetbread. This is battered in almond flour and fried, so it's a different experience entirely, I guess. Look at that. On top, there's some almond crumbles as well. That's very interesting. It almost tastes like grain. It is creamy, maybe slightly sweet. That's where the sweetbread name comes from, but it certainly doesn't taste like bread. It tastes more or less like a brain. Yeah, in terms of texture, it has a slightly spongy, bouncing, creamy texture, which is very interesting to say the least. And outside it's battered with almond flour, it is fried. It has that slight crispiness, but not overly crispy. You might be able to taste a very slight liver flavor in there, but it doesn't bother me. Maybe that's why I think it tastes like brain. It has that similarity in both flavors and textures, which is very interesting after that. All right, lastly, let me just try the fennel a bit. Fennel is nice, that flavor is quite strong. It's an interesting combination, I'll say these, but that's quite good. The fifth tapas, we have Pragwa with cinco cebollas, meaning 5 onions. So presumably there are 5 different types of onions here. The entire dish is quite vinegary, as I can smell that vinegar is sent from here already. So let's take a look at that. Oh, very creamy. Oh, look at that Pragwa. Ooh. Oh my god. I didn't even have to cut it. Like it just basically pulled apart by itself. Look at that. Very nice caramelization. It's so jiggly, it's so creamy inside, almost falling apart itself. Oh, look at that. Nice char out there all around. Oh, look at that. All right, cool. All right, I'm just gonna take one bite out of this thing. Oh, look at that. Almost like falling apart. It's quite challenging just to get a bite in. Oh, it's so creamy. But some of the skins were connected together, so maybe it's better to take one bite. So I'll do that. Oh, that flavor is so good. That entire piece of Pragwa, sear, nice sweetness, creaminess. This is a different Pragwa that you get in form of a paste. This is the actual entire piece of Pragwa that's seared to perfection. And the vinegar is actually very nice here as well. It might smell on the stronger side, but once you take it, you find that the acid, the vinegar really balance the heaviness of the Pragwa. That's very nice. All right, let me try some of the onion here at the bottom. So 5 different types of onion, I guess. Look at that. Very much caramelized. Slightly sweet and sour. This one. This one's a bit more crispy. So different texture, different interpretation of the onion. And this one is a green onion, as you can see. So it's indeed cinco cebollas, 5 onions. Look at that. So we have a piece of bread at the very bottom, seared to perfection as well. Look at the crust and all this porous surface soaked with the fat from the Pragwa and the juice and everything. Look at that beautiful color right here. Oh, that was so crispy. And that flavor is so nice, even for the bread. It has this very nice charred surface, crispy, soaked with the fat and the juice from everything. So you got the complete flavor profile condensed into this tiny piece of bread. And at the same time, it's crunchy. It's good. Our 6th and last tapas. Look at this. This is bone marrow with salmon roe, horseradish, and everything bagel spice. Looks very good, huh? Look at the size of it. The entire piece of bone. Ooh, look at it. There are even some tissues, connected tissues in there. Look at that, beautiful bone marrow. And then scoop some of the stuff out. Oh, look at that, that's the bone marrow. Just a little bit, but you can see it right here. Horseradish cream and ikura. It's not a very sizable bite, but they'll try to enjoy it nevertheless. Oh, so good. The bone marrow is very creamy, gelatinous. It has this nice beef fat flavor for it, but at the same time, you got different components. You have this little salmon that provides a bit of salty pop and umami, and the horseradish cream for a little bit of spice. So there is a level of complexities of flavor here. So that is actually very nice. It's very nice. Flavor jukebox in a bite. Only problem is the portion is too small because you have this entire bone, right? The bone marrow is just quite limited. Just look at this entire piece of bone, and you don't get much. You get like maybe 2 scoops. So enjoy while it lasts. So let's get on with this everything bagel here. It's quite crispy. It looks quite good here. This might be quite good just by itself. So let me try that. There's a nice strips to it, but it definitely can use some aroma from here. You just get a little bit of those things here. I mean, there isn't a lot left because I have already scooped them out. What I can do is just a tiny bit of it. Different texture, different flavors. Oh my God. I need more of this. Finally, dessert time. This is our first dessert. Tarta de Santiago. Cake of Santiago from Chile, maybe. This is almond sorbet, almond cake, and Marcona almond. So this is like an almond trio. That's the cake here. Oh, cool. That's the Marcona almond. The almond's kind of tender, actually. It's kind of soft, but still has a crispy. The cake itself has a pretty strong cinnamon flavor in it. Almond sorbet. It has a nice and smooth flavor, not very strong, kind of mild. And there's some the Marcona almond, a little sweet, like raisin. I don't know if they actually use raisin, but it's on the sweeter side for that. The sorbet is nice. It has a very smooth flavor. I think there are almonds and some dry fruits here as well. So here is our last dessert. We have chocolate con galleta de avellana. This is chocolate ganache with creme fraiche helado, shaved Ibizan chocolate and tahini hazelnut cookie. That's quite a mouthful. That's why I need to look up the menu. But anyways, it looks real pretty. This is creme fraiche helado with chocolate ganache. Creme fraiche. That's exactly what it is. Oh, that flavor is very nice, very potent. It has I don't know if that's like this very slight sourness from the creme fraiche. It's very nice though. It's very subtle, but it's there. And we have the hazelnut cookie with Ibizan chocolate. The chocolate is quite potent and very creamy, chilled. It's almost like a cream, but not evenly melting because it has this density in there, either on their own or combined. They're both good. All right, so we just finished our lunch at Casa Mono, and I have to say that I'm impressed. I'm quite happy with the food, and in terms of the quality, I do think it is worthy of a Michelin 1 star. So that corrected my experience. Just make sure that you come over during normal hours, not the restaurant week, because again, for restaurant week, you're spending something like $25 for 2 courses. So what can you get, right? For all the dishes that we order, I don't think there is a single dish that's below $25. So think about it, like we spent about, I think $200 something on this meal for 8 courses split between 2 people. Either way, great food. Come check it out if you have a chance. This is Fufski, and I make videos about food, travel, and culture. If you like this video and I want to see more videos like this one of me visiting different Michelin restaurants, be sure to like this video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram to get the latest update. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.